Hello, is this on? I think it's on. Yes. It is, God, what day is it? 24th, Wednesday, the 24th of June, 2020, which makes this episode 24 of Notes from a Scottish Author, which you should know by now. I'm Barry Hutchison, also known as Barry J. Hutchison, also known as JD Kirk, also known as various other things to different people. Not all of them complimentary. Tomorrow, day 25, will be a quarter of the way through this 100-day challenge. I'm doing a 100-day fitness challenge, and I'm video blogging along the way as well. So yesterday was a bit of a rushed video. I was out walking, killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Walking for fitness, getting my steps in, taking the dog for a walk. I mean, those are technically the same thing, really, aren't they? But let's still stick to 3 birds with 1 stone, and making the video at the same time to try and cram it all in. I had a very busy day yesterday. Today's not been quite so busy. I also did some running yesterday when I got back. I did the treadmill. I do the treadmill for running because, and I may have mentioned this, last time I ran outside, I was about 3 miles away when I knackered my leg and had to limp home for 3 miles. So I've been doing running on the treadmill, walking outside in the fresh air. Today's bloody horrible though, it's pouring down. And I hurt my leg a little bit yesterday running. Well, it didn't hurt it while running. Today it's painful. Both legs are a bit painful. So I'm going to take a break today from running. But I still need to get those steps in. And currently it is pouring down out there. So it's going to be waterproofed up to the hilt and doing that this afternoon, I think. Even the dog doesn't really thank me when I go out in the rain, so she may be getting a shorter walk and then I'm trudging through the rain myself. Something to look forward to. Yesterday I mentioned that I had a conference call with a foreign rights agent. Happy to report that went really well, and they will, once all contracts are signed, will soon be taking care of foreign rights sales for both the JD Kirk books and my own books, the Barry Hutchison sci-fi stuff, Barry J. Hutchison sci-fi stuff, and potentially the other books that we publish as well, which would be good. So hopefully, because the world is a big place and there are lots of different languages spoken, and at the moment that's kind of money left on the table from a publishing company perspective. We have the first JD Kirk book has been translated into German, and it is on sale on Kindle worldwide, but mostly people in Germany who are buying it, and that's going all right. That's starting to pick up some steam, so that's good. Hopefully when there are more out in that series or more translations done, then we'll see more growth there. But there's lots of other languages, and we don't have the time or resources to dedicate to getting translations done of every language that we think is going to be useful. And it's a gamble anyway. We spend thousands on translation and put out in a country where people don't want to read Scottish crime or don't want to read funny sci-fi or whatever it may be. So having an agent who knows what they're doing, they're based in the US, but they work with agents around the world selling foreign rights. So, and that's kind of pretty much exclusively what they do. So getting on board with them should be a really good thing for us. So we'll see what happens there. The other contract I mentioned yesterday is connected to the top secret thing I can't tell you about yet, but it's not the big contract that would mean I could tell you about it, but it's getting all our ducks in a row for that happening. So fingers crossed. It's still looking very promising. Fingers crossed it happens, and I'll be able to tell you about it reasonably soon if it does. Can't give you a date though, but hopefully, certainly by the end of this 100 days, I would hope to be able to tell you what this good news is. If I can't, I will make a video specially as soon as I can to let you know. But hopefully by then. So yesterday was quite busy. Today, every day is busy really. Today I've been doing some writing again. I've written about 3,500 words. Making this video, obviously going to edit that, upload it. I've also been trying to I haven't got any meetings lined up today, which is nice. I've been trying to do some more reading. I've started reading Writing Crime Fiction by Rosemary Rowe to see if there's any useful hints in it. So far, I'm quite early into it. So far, it's a bit basic. It's have a murder, have a police officer or an investigator. Police officer or investigator should investigate murder. So it's kind of, the moment is really basic, but that's very early on. I'm assuming and hoping that it becomes more complex later and I get some useful hints on how I can improve my books. Because I think that's really important. I've been writing I've been writing professionally for about 11, 12 years, 2008, 12 years. But I think it's important to always try and improve, isn't it? It's I think as soon as you sit back and go, yeah, well, I've done that now. I mean, the crime books are selling very, very well. People seem to be enjoying them. They're well reviewed, but they're not perfect. Nothing is perfect. So, I try to improve all the time, and hopefully reading this book and various others. I've also got Forensics by Val McDermid, which is really interesting. I've been kind of flicking through that different parts, and really, really interesting book. And of course, Val McDermid is a fantastic Scottish crime author herself. If you haven't checked it out, I'm assuming you have, but if you haven't, then I would definitely check out Val McDermid's work. And if you're interested in crime and forensics, then check out our forensics non-fiction book. There's an audiobook as well, which is usually quite good. Although I find non-fiction is quite hard sometimes to follow along with audio. I think reading non-fiction is better for me. Actually, what I've started doing, and this is becoming a bit of a ramble that I'm just jumping from point to point. What I've started doing is I got a nice notebook for Father's Day, and I'm as well as lots of inflatables, and I'm using that. I'm reading through non-fiction. I'm reading another book as well at the moment about writing comedy screenplays. So taking notes is what I've started doing, because I used to read loads of non-fiction and I would go, oh, that's really interesting, and then I read the next one and go, oh, that's really interesting, must remember that, and remembered none of it whatsoever. So I've started now key points in any non-fiction I'm reading. I've started writing it down in my notebook, and hopefully we'll be able to refer back to all that later on and learn some useful stuff rather than just reading stuff and then not remembering it. So so that's what I'm doing at the moment. So for the rest of today, I'm going to go and do some walking in the rain. I'm going to read some more of Writing Crime Fiction by Rosemary Rowe. There it is. And I'm going to kind of just chill out a little bit, really, compared to yesterday, and see what happens. The day is still relatively young. It's at the time of recording, it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll see what else the day brings. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and leave you to get on with your day. I've just realised I still have my old man glasses on my head. I found these in my office drawer. They are my glasses. They're not just some random old man's glasses. But I only wear these when I'm writing. I never wear these outside because they look faintly ridiculous. And I prefer to look wholeheartedly ridiculous at all times. So that's my old man glasses. But right, I've waffled on enough. I'm going to go for now. Have a good day. Come back tomorrow. And don't forget that we're coming up on Q&A Friday, which will be live again this Friday. So if you have any questions, pop them in the comments of this video or one of the other videos, or on Facebook, whatever it may be. And I will do my best to answer them in Friday's live Q&A session. Bye for now.